Ah, it's been so long since I've been in the studio. Last couple of videos we've been out on the Harley, having a good time. But today it's raining. I wanted to share some information with you, so I thought I'd jump in the studio, dust off the shelves, turn on the lights, bang on the camera, and off we go. Now, I've had some information come to me last week. This is the first time I've had a chance to share it with you. Now, in Australia, one of the most successful selling categories of cars are the dual cab ute. And for very good reason. The dual cab ute is such a practical vehicle. Number one, most of them are small enough to live with in cities as well as regional areas. They fit into car parks, they fit into shopping centres. Most of them have a towing capacity of 3 tonne or more. And for someone who, like me, doesn't use my four-wheel drive as a four-wheel drive, I use it as a tow vehicle and to tow my 2.5 tonne boat. Many cars and SUVs can't tow that weight. And as a family mover and a weekender, it's just one of the ultimate vehicles you can have. Over the years, they've become more and more comfortable. Now, I've got a 2013 Isuzu D-Max, which is due for an upgrade. It was the best of what was available at the time in 2013. It's now rather uncomfortable, and a lot of the modern utes have luxury car-like comfortability with the utility uses of the vehicle. So for many, many years, there was a link made in heaven. Holden motor cars, V8s in particular, Walkinshaw Racing. Now, these two companies linked together to create the Walkinshaw Commodores that were highly desirable, high performance. They were just a really, really good business combination. Obviously, in the last couple of years, Holden is disappearing out of Australia forever. Walkinshaw is still a business that needs to run and grow, so they've had to morph their business and find out what's the next category for them to be able to utilise to keep growing strong and keep producing awesome motor vehicles for us Aussies to buy. So, there has been a link now that's been officially released with Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles and Walkinshaw. And the Walkinshaw are going to grab hold of the 580 AMAROK. So that's the one that has 580 Newton meters of torque in their V6 diesel dual cab ute. And Walkinshaw is going to take them into their factory and add their little magic bit of touch and fairy dust and create a really nice GT dual cab ute. Now, dual cab utes in Australia are primarily a four-wheel drive unit. Now, from my understanding, the Walkinshaw version is going to be, particularly what I'm after, is a GT, a Grand Tourer. It can go off-road, but it's going to be designed primarily for on-road performance and obviously the looks as well. So let's dig into this information. I'll share it with you. I'll roll some B-roll over the top so you can have a look at what this Walkinshaw AMAROK is going to look like. And I, for one, am really excited to be able to see these on the road in December. So the important thing to note here is that a lot of performance upgrades in the dual cab ute range is basically just a sticker pack. It's to put aggressive, sporty stickers onto a vehicle to make it look better, to make it look like something different to what it already is, to try and sell a few more units. And that's been done across all of the brands, to be fair. But Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles Australia and Walkinshaw are committed to creating a ute that's more performance-based. It will have the sticker pack on it, of course, you can see in the photos, but it will have a performance upgrade as well. So going through, there will be the front grille and bumper design has been renewed. There'll be a custom twin exhaust complete with side pipes at the rear wheels. So I'm assuming that's going to be behind the rear wheels with a couple of side pipes looking out the side. Sounds really cool to me. I'm looking forward to actually seeing them in real life. It's also going to have a suspension upgrade, which will be a 40mm height increase, but also the suspension upgrade to make it more performance orientated. And with the Walkinshaw wheels and the Pirelli Scorpion tyres, will allow it to hug the road a little bit better and drive with a more car-like feel rather than the four-wheel drive light truck feel that a lot of them have. Now, it's important to note that they're not going to make any performance upgrades to the engine. It's still going to have the standard 200 kilowatt, 580 Newton meter of torque V6 diesel running in the AMAROK, but this is still a class-leading power and torque output anyway on the AMAROK. So it's probably something that doesn't necessarily need to be adjusted that much. Now, this little collaboration between Walkinshaw and Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles Australia has been a bit of a secret for 12 months. So they've actually been working on producing this and running all the R&D tests for a whole 12 months before they've released it to the media. And as of December 1, it'll be available for you to purchase at your local Volkswagen dealers. So the first 30 people to pre-order online the W580 Walkinshaw AMAROK will also get a Walkinshaw experience, which includes flights, transfers, meals, accommodation to attend a Walkinshaw factory tour and a Walkinshaw Andretti United track day. So for those of you that are going to get in early on this model, that is a pretty cool little bonus to be able to go and have a look at the factory, number one, and get to spend a track day with the Walkinshaw Andretti team as well. Almost makes you want to put an order down now. Now, that's only for the first 30 customers that pre-order online and follow through with the purchase of the vehicle as well. Look, that's it for me, folks. I just wanted to share this information. If you're in the dual cab ute market and you want something that's comfortable and a little bit performance orientated and primarily a road going vehicle like I use mine for, this is a pretty good option. Now, we don't have any prices yet. The prices will be released on the 1st of December 2020. So stay tuned for that. The AMAROK is one of the higher priced dual cab utes on the market. So I can only imagine with the Walkinshaw package, it's going to be another few grand on top of that. Probably money well spent, but it depends on where your budget is as well. So finishing up, I am going to roll the promo video where you get to hear from the Walkinshaw team and the Volkswagen team. So keep watching, stick it out, it's really interesting. And remember, if you're one of the first 30 to order and buy one, you get that awesome Walkinshaw Andretti experience. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching again. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing down below. We do everything motorcycles, lifestyle cars, and boats. Stick around for the promo video for the Walkinshaw W580 AMAROK. And until the next video, guys, throttle on, stay safe, see you later.
The AMAROK's been a fascinating subject.
It's a long road to greatness.
The AMAROK has become a mainstay for the Volkswagen brand in Australia. It's also gained a reputation for drivability and performance.
They're classy. They rely on good proportion and clean detailing. So to take it up a level in terms of its aggression factor is quite a nice challenge.
Since the launch of the AMAROK V6 in 2016, we feel that the AMAROK has always deserved a performance flagship variant. So Walkinshaw quickly established themselves as the partner of choice for this program, mainly because of their diverse set of skills, from engineering, design, right through to production.
I've been working here at HSV for 15 years, and even before that I worked for Tom Walkinshaw Racing in the UK, designing HSVs from over there. Come up so we can see where that shut line is going to be visible.
Usually Julian starts off with a sketch. I'll use that sketch to create a digital model, something that the engineers can then work with and turn into a real car part.
The Volkswagen product seems to lend itself to a very high-performance GT image. First of all, you've got that terrific V6 diesel engine, class-leading torque. It really does deserve a performance flagship within the range. What we've tried to do with the chassis is come up with something that feels like a true on-road GT in terms of its feel, turn-in, and performance ability. We think it's the best performing on-road crew cab within the marketplace.
Volkswagen asked us to utilise a Pirelli Scorpion ATR, so we've increased that size from a 255 50 R20 to a 275 50 R20, so that's increased the rolling diameter by about 20 millimetres. Also fitted to a new wheel. That wheel's increased from an 8-inch to a 9-inch.
It's all about making that vehicle look as wide and aggressive as possible. So a bigger wheel and tyre, a wider wheel and tyre, and lifting the front end up for a better down-the-road stance, so you avoid this kind of nose-down attitude of the core vehicle.
For the suspension, we've reused the standard external engineering parts. We've raised that spring platform up 20 mil, which has given us a 40 mil lift from the hub up to the guard. So that's raised the vehicle there. We've changed the internals of the damper to an MTV twin tube damper with 35 mil bore. The spec was a GT spec car, so we really focused on those on-road characteristics. We utilised the wheel offset to improve the linearity of the steering as well. So basically when the driver puts an input into the car, they're really getting that feedback. It generates a very good sure-footed vehicle to the driver, and spirit of driving is fantastic with this car, especially coupled with the engine as well.
Often the challenges are not only from a design perspective, you've got to try and keep it looking good, but the engineers always want a part that's manufacturable, so things like draft angles to make sure it comes out of the mould. So you often have a fair idea before you get stuck into it what sort of issues are going to arise, and that's, I think, where experience pays off.
We've worked very hard on getting some delight into the detailing of this vehicle. The car will also have unique headrests and floor mats. The core vehicle's got some very, very strong horizontal themes on the upper grille onto the lower intakes. We've actually tried to break up and introduce a bit of dynamicism into some of the lines by breaking some of those horizontals up. Goes wider, goes deeper on the outside edge, so you get a wider, more aggressive graphic to the front end design of the whole vehicle.
Walkinshaw's got a fantastic spread of skills. That you've got design, engineering, manufacturing, everything that is required to make a vehicle from art to part. I think we've got a good ability to cut through red tape and get things on the road quickly.
Walkinshaw is synonymous with performance. Everything from early days of motorsport through to the HSV brand itself, and then now the change in the whole dynamic of the marketplace where the crew cab market is expanding hugely.
The ute market's the single largest segment, up to 200,000 units sold per year. So extremely important and a massive opportunity for Volkswagen.
This truck is especially coupled again with the engine and our chassis tune. It really sits up there in terms of on-road characteristics and really ticks that sort of GT style box, more so than any of the other competitors in its class.
Volkswagen has been one of the stronger players in the crew cab market. They've got a great product. They've certainly seen this market really explode over here in Australia. I think they've got real potential to lever some of their core attributes and then to reinforce that with more aggressive styling to really make something special.